Welcome to your Daily 5 for Tuesday, April 8th, 2025. Lando and I watched another movie together this week, this time 1993's The Heroic Trio, starring Maggie, let me make sure, I'm going to probably mispronounce these, but Maggie Cheung, Anita Moy, if I'm pronouncing that correctly, and Michelle Yeoh, who apparently did it under a different name, but you would know her as Michelle Yeoh, and that's what she's listed as now. So this was obviously an early film of hers. And this may seem like a movie that it's incredible that Lando and I have never seen. Now, I've heard about this movie for a long time. Lando thinks he saw clips of it, which he likely did, but I was sure he'd seen it, and he didn't. But it is a Hong Kong martial arts fantasy film. I don't know if that's the official description, but that's my description for it, concerning three women with varying degrees of either superpowers or simply extraordinary abilities to get around physical spaces. I think only one of the characters explicitly has superpowers, but honestly, it really doesn't matter. This is a movie about a group of women who are trying to stop a evil villain who is stealing babies to try to pick one to be the future emperor of China for reasons that are never really all that clearly defined. We basically get some dialogue that says that China must have an emperor, but not really anything past that. So I'm not really sure what the motivation was there, although it really isn't that important. A film like this, what you're really coming in for mainly is the spectacle, the fight choreography, the kind of extraordinary set pieces, and you will absolutely get those. But on top of that, both Lando and I took note of the fact that the movie has an extraordinary look to it as well. It at times was reminding us of movies like Brazil. I kept thinking of the first part of Highlander 2, or the first couple of scenes, which, while terrible in that film, had a very interesting visual style. But there's lots of other things. There's some nice, really rich, warm lighting. There are, again, these sets where you're seeing, there's one with a professor with these swirling papers every time you see it, even though there doesn't appear to be any actual generation of wind from anywhere. It's more concerned, correctly, with presenting you with these images, these scenes, these kind of fights that are going to stick with you for a long time. And honestly, it delivers so well on that I really don't care whether the narrative is not necessarily holding together all the way through the movie. There's some wonderful special effects. You're going to see wires that people are hanging from. I don't think they were concerned with hiding them. And you know what? I don't care again. You're going to see three women who, amazingly, are very clearly defined. For a movie like this where characterization can be very simple and just kind of sketchy, they costume them all very specifically. They have different personalities that sort of match their clothing, especially Maggie Cheung. I love the thief catcher. I fell in love with her the minute I saw her, as most people probably will, because she is just the perfect, like, biker babe with a shotgun who's able to launch herself off of flaming oil drums. But honestly, there is this movie is just so perfectly made. It is so entertaining. It flies by. I don't think it's even 90 minutes. I think it's 88 minutes. But even if it was twice as long, I doubt you'd ever get bored, because there's just so much kinetic motion to this movie. And that's really what it's trying to do, and that's what it does very well. There is a sequel that we will likely watch, but even if you never got to that, well, this one's on the Criterion Collection, which I did not realize at first. So you can actually get, and I did before, not during the movie, I actually held off. I was so riveted by the movie, I waited till about 5 minutes after we finished it before I immediately purchased the 2-movie set from Criterion. But I can't wait to see it in magnificent 4K with all the detail, because it really is just a spectacular film. But if you are into Hong Kong action at all, and you've somehow missed this, as we did, so it is possible, then you will absolutely, the only thing, and it really wouldn't have made any sense, but it's one of those things where I just want Cynthia Rothrock to be in everything. I just wish for somehow that I could retroactively put Cynthia Rothrock in this, even in a minor role. But outside of that one extraordinarily personal wish list item, there is nothing that I could possibly have to nitpick with this movie. It is a masterpiece of spectacle martial arts fighting. If you have not seen this, then immediately it's $4 on Amazon and worth 4 times as much. See The Heroic Trio from 1993 as soon as possible. It's as good as I'm making it sound. Later.